Alright, welcome to Dan Graphics Academy. Today we are going to focus on learning this particular tool. As promised in previous classes, that I'm going to have a special class on how to use shape tool. If you look at the two designs we have here, we have beautiful curved shapes here, and we also have another one. But if you look at these two shapes, this one is more of curved edges, while these ones are kind of straight lines edges. Now if you want to draw either this or this, you have to master the shape tool. Although we have other tools like pen tool, but among all of them I prefer this, so that is why I'm having a special class on this. And remember, in my class in Dan Graphics, we don't just come and click buttons and go. We explain what we do, so that on your own, having understood what you learned in the class, you can practice your own. Now let me start the shape tool shaping. As a graphic designer, you must have in mind that their shapes are classified into two. There are normal shapes that are classified under geometric. There are shapes called geometric shapes, and those shapes are shapes you can draw with ruler. Like if you are drawing normally with your pen and paper, you can draw that kind of shape with ruler, with the help of ruler. There is straight edges. But there are some shapes that you can't draw with ruler. Example, now this one I drew. This kind of shape is classified under organic shapes that, first of all, some of them don't have name. Like this one, I don't know the name. This one is normal triangle. Aside our basic shapes, the circle, the rectangle, and the rest of them, shapes are classified into two. The geometric shapes you can draw with ruler, and the other one, organic shapes you cannot draw with ruler. Okay, now how do you now use shape tool? Now with this shape tool, we are going to learn the shape tool can convert this particular shape. Now you are seeing this this square. You can use shape tool and convert it to this shape. You can also use it and convert to this. How? First thing first, whenever you draw a shape and you want to edit the edges, remember in our class on introduction to the interface of CorelDRAW, and I'm using S7 because S7, if you understand how S7 works, you can deal with any version of CorelDRAW. That's why I like using S7 for my tutorials. And again, most of us, the capacity of system we have is medium or low. So if you have a medium system or high, okay, as I was saying, if you want to convert any shape to another shape, you first of all draw the one that you want to use. Like I normally use rectangle to curve any shape I want. The first thing I have to do is right click on the shape and convert the shape to curves. And this same icon you are seeing here, you can see it on the property bar. If you haven't watched the tutorial on CorelDRAW interface, better go and watch that video. It's very important because I introduce all these things there. Okay, when you convert to curves, before let me duplicate this thing and show you something. Look at how these shapes look at how they are. If I click on this shape too, look at how this place is, look at how this place is. But once I click on one of these shapes and convert it to curves, pick up the shape too, you'll now notice that here the look has changed. Unlike this one I have not converted it to shape, but I have converted this one to I have not converted this one to curves, but I have converted this one to curves. Now if you look at the two, I'm using the shape tool. I'm using the same tool on the both shapes, but if you click on it, you click on them one after the other, you notice that they are not looking the same. Now how do I mean? Let me drop this too. When you click any object in CorelDRAW, any object, you will see small square. Those small square, those small empty squares like the one you are seeing at the edge here, the one here, not the black big squares or not the black ones. Those things are called points, or you call them node. Now those node, if you want to work with them, you use shape tool. I talked about this in our interface class. Now when I hold my shape tool, now those points you were seeing before, look at them now. If I want to change the form of this rectangle, if I hold any of them, this is the only thing I can do using the shape tool on this particular object that I have not converted to curves. But look at this one I've converted to curve. If I use my shape tool on it and want to move the edge, look at what will be happening. You see, it's unlike this one. Now with this, now do you see I've automatically gotten this shape very fast, converting this to this. How do I get this shape? Before we talk about curving, drawing an organic shape, let's first of all deal with geometric shapes. Now if I want to return this thing back to like that square, we have points 1, 2, 3, 3 nodes. Now you can add and remove nodes, or you call them points. You can add and remove any points at anywhere. How do I mean? From this point to this point. If I want to add another point, all I have to do is to place my mouse on the line, making sure that the tip of my mouse is touching the line. If it is not touching the line, you will not see that thing that looks like S there. But if you are not, like I say, if you are not touching it, you will not see this thing like S. So like this now, I'm not touching the line, my mouse is not touching the line, it is showing me dotted rectangle. But if we touch the line, it's going to show me a curve sign, that is that sign that looks like S. Now double tap, click 2 times, I've added a point. Now with this point, I can now move. If you move ordinary line, you are moving any points that are around there, you are going to move all of them. But if you double click on that particular spot and move, you are moving only that point. So with this now, I can draw any shape I want. I can draw any geometric shape I want. The only thing now is I have to be making use of my eyes, or I can use my ruler. You double tap, you hold and move. I've changed that same rectangle now to star before I change it to triangle. But I can't do the same thing here because this one I have not converted it to curve. The only thing I can do is to curve the edges. But here I can move the points. Now this star is classified under geometric shape because normally if you want to draw this, you can use ruler and draw the edges. Now look at where this geometric shape tool, where it is very interesting. Let me delete the shape. Let me draw another rectangle. I want to show you how this thing works. When you understand how shape tool works, we can now do this, draw these things. When you pick the shape tool, right click inside remember right clicking inside an object and right clicking outside are not the same. So right click inside and convert to curves. Now if I want to curve these parts, this line now to be like this design here, I want to make it wavy, all I have to do is right click. Now this time I'm not double clicking. Double click is to add point. There if you want to remove, you double click also to remove. Do you understand? When you double click on a line, you are adding a point. If you double click on it again, you are removing. Just like if I remove here now, I've collapsed the pillar holding this place. You know, when you build a house and remove one pillar, the house will fall one side. So that is what happened here. If you want to put it by, let me undo, Ctrl Z. Now if I want to make this straight line to be wavy like this one, all I have to do is to right click. Now when you right click, you see many options. You can see also add means to add a point. When you select and right click, delete a point. But look at the main thing I want to talk about. Normally we have converted the first one we did was to convert the entire object to curve, that is making the edges to be editable. Now the second one we want to do by right clicking, now this one is making a straight line. Before that place is a line already, that is why this place is not active, to line is not active. So I can only convert, since it is on line, as in that place is line, straight line already. The only thing I can do now is to convert it to curve. And when you click on curve, you notice arrow that will appear. Now this arrow, if you hold this arrow and move, you notice a blue line that will be following you as you are moving. Now when you leave your mouse, that your straight line is going to take the shape of that blue line. You see, if you understand shape to you can curve anything, and if you are creative, you can use it to do wonders, to create wonderful logos, wonderful shapes, wonderful designs. You see how I'm moving this. Now that doesn't mean, after converting to curve, doesn't mean you cannot add a point. You can still add a point, and any point you add within a line that has been curved, that has been converted to curve, that place will be showing you arrows. How do I mean? If you look at all of these places, we are seeing arrow. But this side now, there is no arrow. There is no arrow here because they are still line. They are still straight lines. But here, when you click any node, any point, you will see arrows that will be appearing. Now we have two types of arrows here. Two means, look at this. If I'm moving this place, only this place is moving. If I'm moving this one, only this place is moving. But this one now that has two arrows on both ends, if I hold any of the arrow, the other side will be moving. The other side will be moving. Now what if in this case you want to only move this part? You don't want here to shake, you want here to remain how it was, but you want only here to move. Just like when you are moving this, place, nothing is disturbing this side. Now what do? You have to right click on that point and switch it. Before it was line, you change it to curve. Now we'll look at where we are going to. You switch it to course. If you select this course, it means that here now you have unlocked this the chain that was holding the two arrows. So anything you do here is not going to be touching or affecting the other side. Anything you do here will not be affecting the other side. Now there's another one called symmetrical. Let me show you what symmetrical does. Let me convert here to curve. I want to show you something. You see, we have two arrows here. This one, I can move this up down, I can move it any angle I want, but this one is not moving right, it's not moving left. It's just like it can only go up and down, it doesn't move left, it doesn't move right. And when you find yourself in this situation, you want to move the arrow, it doesn't want to move. Now this position is called symmetrical. Now it's facing this side. I cannot move it this side, I cannot move it this side. It's just locked. It can only go up or down. It doesn't go left, it doesn't go right. Now this one is called that is this symmetrical. There are sometimes you will need this symmetrical, sometimes you don't need. Now for you to unlock this place so that you can move it freely, you have to right click on it and click on to cause. That's this one. Click on it, you are now free. You have unlocked it. So this is one of the reasons I say I'm going to take a special class on that, because once you understand these few things I mentioned to you now, you can draw any shape you want to draw. I think that's the main thing you need in this special shape tool. Understanding first of all how to, let me delete all these things. Delete, click, you can right click and delete, or you press your delete button on the keyboard. When you draw a shape, after drawing the shape, the next thing is to convert it. Right click. Remember, in CorelDRAW, as you are working with any tool, when you are done with the tool, you drop the tool by clicking on the big tool. So that's why you are seeing me when I do something, I'll go and drop the tool. You right click and convert to curves, or as you click on the object, go to the property bar, you will see convert to curves. Then if you also go to object, you will see convert to curves, or you can use the shortcut Ctrl+Q. I told you in the interface, in the introduction to the interface, this is how you learn shortcuts. You shouldn't be waiting for somebody to be telling you press this, press that. This is how you learn shortcuts. So if I don't want to use my mouse and be right clicking or searching for where to curve, I can simply press Ctrl+Q. It will convert to curve. So when you convert to curves, the next thing is to carry your shape tool. Now how do you want to transform the object? Now let's put it in practice. Okay, let me just revise what I did before. You want to add a point, double click to add a point. You want to convert a line. Now from here to here is a different, it's like a portion. From here to here is a portion, from here to here is a portion. Now if you right click here and convert this particular place to curve, the curve you did is that, okay, the arrows are not showing. If you want to know if a point is curved or not, you click on one of the nodes or the points, you will see arrow. Now anywhere you see arrow, it means that that place is a curve. Now I have converted here to curve. This side is still straight line. And I also told you that when you have two arrows, when you have an arrow, a point that has two arrows, when you move the other side and the other side is moving, but you don't want the other side to move when you are moving the other side, all you have to do is right click on that point and convert that point to cos. This cos is like unlocking the bond holding the two arrows. I can now freely move the other side without struggle, without here being affected. Now I also told you that we have another one called symmetrical. That symmetrical is like what causes that symmetrical is when two sides were curved before. Like here, this side is curved, this side is curved. Now you later come and convert the one of the side to line. It's going to affect the other side. Let me show you. For example, why this one is working is because the other end wasn't cut. Let me explain it better. Like now here, for example, if I convert here to curve, now this thing is curving. If I add a node, you see that when I move here, the other side is moving. So when I right click here now, when I right click one of those points, from here to here is curved, from here to here is curved. Now when I right click here and when I make sure your mouse is touching the line, there is difference between when you right click go like this without your mouse touching the line. I told you that if you want to know when your mouse is touching the line, you will see the wavy sign, that X sign there, that symbolizes that your mouse is touching the line. But if it's like this, it is not touching the line. This one is used for selecting points. We are coming for that. So as I was saying, when you right click a place that was curved before and convert it to line, now That place that I used to have two arrows will now have two arrows, and it have only one, and that one now will not be moving left and right, it only goes up and down. Then if you want to stop it, you right click and select to cause. You are now free. Then I told you that I said when your mouse is touching the line, you are going to see S symbol, but if it's not touching the line, you are going to see dotted rectangle. Now this one is for selecting nodes. You can use it and drag over node, that is point. If you any point that is covering, you have automatically selected that place. Now when you select, if you hold and move, all of them are moving at once. Then if you delete, all of them are deleting at once. You see how the shape is changing. Okay, now let's put it in practice. What do they used to say? Walk without plane, make just a door boy. Now I want to do something like this. Our focus is on drawing this, so I'm going to bring any picture to represent this. First of all, I'll put a background. There's nothing here. I'll put a background by double clicking on the rectangle. Now let me browse my system, bring any random image. Let me just bring anything. Copy, paste. Now this image, if you remember the other class, the class on how to set your paper size, that part we did a small ID card, simple ID card. I talked about power clipping, so if you don't know what is power clipping, you go and watch that video. The only thing I will talk about in this class now about power clipping is how you can control the power clipping without right clicking and pressing edit, without using edit. You can control your power clipping on what you power clipped inside. Remember, if you don't want to know about that power clipping, go and watch the video on how to set your paper size. There I taught how to set paper size. Then there also I designed a simple ID card, and there I taught about power clipping. So if I want to control this power clipping without editing, without right clicking and selecting editing, I can simply hold my alternate key and click on the object. Okay, let me leave it this way. Now look at our focus here. How am I going to draw this shape? I know by now, if I give you a mouse, you even draw the shape by yourself. First of all, which one came first? The black one came first. After the black one, we have this. After this, we have this and this. So we are going to draw the black shape. Now in this case, the shape, whatever shape I'm holding, I want to start using is not the target. Normally you can use your, like I say, we have other tools, or we have other tools you can use to draw. Like I can simply use line, freehand. I told you if you want to draw a straight line, click at a point without holding your button again, just tap where you want to start drawing the line. Hold Ctrl if you want to draw a straight line, but do not depress the button of your keyboard. Just move your mouse freely. No, don't hold any button. Move to the point you want to stop. Now click your mouse and leave the mouse and the keyboard. That is how you draw a straight line. Now there is a trick I want to show you in using freehand tool. When you click a point, get to another point, and you want to cut here and also continue, double click, you now get to another point, double click till you get to where you want to stop. If you go back to where you started, the thing is going to lock, and when it locks, automatically it has given you a closed shape. You know, we have open shapes and closed shape. Like now, this shape is an open shape. which means I cannot fill it color. If I continue clicking color from now till tomorrow, no color will fill inside because it is open. It's just like pouring water inside basket. But this one is a closed object, which if I click color will fill inside. So when you draw, even if you draw, you double click, and you do not close it, if you fill it color, the color will not fill inside. Then if you want to automatically close it, pick that same shape to right click on one of the points, one of the open points, right click and click on this, look for close curve. It's going to close it automatically for you. All you have to do now is to do small adjustments. So what I'm saying here is this: I have used a CorelDRAW for long, and when I want to do some things in CorelDRAW, I have many ways to do a particular thing at once. Like this thing now, I have like 3-4 ways I can draw all the shapes. One now is using this freehand tool. I will click, double click, and go to my starting point. Click once. Now fill it color. Automatically I have drawn this shape using my freehand tool. Then I can also decide to use my fill tool. Don't worry, when you start understanding CorelDRAW, nothing will be hard for you. I can decide to use this one fill, this tool called Smart Fill. Now a Smart Fill is all about creating a mode. If you look at this thing now, I have a closed shape inside. If I want to automatically get this shape, all I have to do is use this to Smart Fill, and this is why you need to go and watch that tutorial where I taught the interface of CorelDRAW. There I introduce all these tools. So when you click on the Smart Fill, you click inside the closed object, drop your tool, automatically you have drawn that shape. Now the Smart Fill may not give you exactly what you want. If you create a nice mode, in fact any mode you create, that is exactly the shape you are getting. Then if the shape is not actually the way you want, you can now adjust it using the shape tool. Now whether you are using this or using that, shape tool helps you to arrange the object very well. You see, I've drawn the same shape again. I can decide to weld objects to get that shape, or that I can decide to use 2 objects or more than 1 object, that's 2 or more shapes, to create another shape. Look at what I mean. I have a rectangle, I have another rectangle. I can decide to use this rectangle now, use 2 rectangles to draw that shape I want to draw. How? That is using, I selected those things and delete them, using more than 1 shape to create another shape. Look at what I mean. I have this one already. Now I will use this one to cut off this place or to intersect. Let me just do the magic first, then I will explain to you. If I bring out this and bring out this, look at the shape. What you have to do in this tutorial is this: understand how to use the tools first. When you understand how to use the tools, then there are some cases whereby when you look at something, you now know the one you will use. All these things are very good, but There are some cases whereby this one will work but the other one will not work. Let me explain what I did with those two rectangles. Let me use circle and a rectangle to explain this. This is a rectangle, this is a circle. Now when you select more than one shape, you can drag over them, or you click on one, hold shift key and click on the other one. Now when you click, you will notice things that will appear on the tab. They are called shaping. You can see them under shape. If you go to shaping, look at them, look at their names. We have weld. If you don't see them here, you only see them when you select more than one shape. When you select more than one shape, that is when you see them. So weld is this one. We have the other one. Trim. We have intersect. Let's pick the one after the other. Let me show you what they do. Weld, according to the name weld, you can use weld to create a new shape. Let me just try anything. Now I have 1, 2, 3. If you select all of these shapes and click on this, look at what is going to happen. That places they join to each other, it has automatically vanished, and by so doing I've created a new shape. Now I'm now drawing a flower. If you're an artist, if you learn shape 2 very well, I'm using line to draw anyhow. Then if I want to organize this thing very well, I will now pick my shape 2. So here, what I'm trying to explain to you is, when you bring more than one shapes together and you want to use it and create another shape using weld, your focus should be the outer appearance of the object at the end of the day, so that when you select them and weld, what you're going to get is going to be the outer outcome. That is, instead of using my pencil to draw something like this, which may not be very perfect, I can bring circles together and weld them. Like if I want to draw something like this shape, and you know, when I use my pencil to draw, that's my freehand tool, I will not get it perfectly. Now instead of wasting my time to draw and after I will use shape to and start adjust, which will take almost the whole day, all I have to do is to bring circle like this, just bring them, arrange them. Later I will show you how to align object on another object. That will be a different class too. You select them. After what you want is the outer appearance of the object. You select them. Now you click on weld. I didn't say that thing very well. I didn't mean I said it very well. It's going to be like this very well. It's not only circle. Before you think it's only circle, you can weld. You can combine different shapes together. Just know what if you're an artist and you're using CorelDRAW or Adobe Illustrator, you'll be making very fanciful design. If you select and click on weld, so this is what it does. There are some cases we'll be using weld. Like I told you, it's not all about knowing the tools, it's understanding them, so that there are some points you know the one you use. That is weld. Remember, it's when you select more than one object they will appear. And the other one is trim. That is this one. You can select it from here, you can select from here. I brought this so that you will know the name. This is trim. Now look at what trim does. Let me give this in 2 different colors for you to understand better. The green shape is on top of the red one. Now if you want to cut off these red parts, this red part that the green is touching. If you want to use the green to cut off anywhere the green is touching the red, all you have to do is click on the green first, because you are using the green to cut the red. Click on the green, hold shift key and click on the red. Then when you click on trim, that means you are using the green to cut off the red where they intersect, where they are joining, where they are touching each other. Now same thing happens when you click on the red first, hold shift key and click on the green. That means you are using the red to cut the green. Click on trim. If you bring out the red will be complete, but the green has been cut using the red. So it doesn't matter the one that is at the top or behind, but if you just select them like this, if you just select them without selecting anyone first, that means the one that is on top will automatically cut the one that is below. So got it. Now there are some cases whereby you want to use a shape to cut a shape inside your design, and that shape is already behind or at the top. You want to rearrange. I taught this thing in our other class on how to set paper. You right click, like I want this green one to go behind the red. Right click on the green, go to order. You want it to go behind, so you are going to select behind. If you want it to go front, you select to front. Go select behind, then click on the object you want it to go behind. You click, it has automatically gone behind. Okay, the next one, let's go and check the name. The next one is intersect. Intersect, according to the name, where the two objects are touching each other, you want to cut off that part. Let me remove colors here so that you understand what I mean. This one do not have color, this one has green color. Now this one and this one, this place where they intersect, you want to get that particular shape there. You want to get that particular shape. It is very possible. How? It's even possible using your smartphone. You carry it and click. But there are some cases you don't need your smartphone. What you need is that intersect. What do? Which one are you using to cut the other? I want to use this and cut, guys, and intersect the green one. So I'm going to click on this first, hold shift key and click on the green. Now click on intersect. What happened here? If you bring out this one, nothing will happen to it, it will be complete. If you bring out this one, nothing will happen to it, it will be complete. But that place they join to each other, that place is where you intersected. Grammar. This thing is not only on picture, it's not only on shapes, you apply them on images. Let me bring one picture, for example. Let me bring Michael Jackson. Let me paste this image and show you what I'm talking about. It's not only on shapes, you apply them. That's why I told you that just know and understand how the tools work, so that at each juncture you can use it. Now I have a circle, I want to cut off, I want to copy it. Okay, now intersect is just like using an object to copy part of the other object. Now this is a circle and I want to use it to copy here that the circle is covering Michael Jackson's face. I'll click the circle first. Now hold shift key and click on the image. Now click on intersect, which means if I bring out the image will still be complete. If I bring out the circle will be complete. Now look at what I did. I have used that circle to copy part of this place where the circle was touching the image. I hope you understand. Same thing goes when you use the circle, hold shift key, click on the image and click on trim. It's going to cut off that part. It has created a hole here. Now the same thing happens when you draw a shape to cover this hole. It can be a rectangle, any shape, just make sure it's covering it very well. Now hold shift key and click on the image, then click on weld. It's going to bring that place back. Are you understanding the magic? Well, you may not understand everything today. It's constant practice will make you understand. That's why I say some tools, like 2 or 3 tools can be doing the same thing at once, but there are some cases whereby you don't need this, you don't need that. How do I mean? Okay, just like the way I brought this thing, I'm pressing undo, Ctrl Z to go back. Had it been I use my smart fill and click here, it's only going to fill a shape for me, which if I bring out, that place is still closed, stay open. So in this case, I don't need smart fill. I need to use my number 6. Select the 2 of them, or you click on this one first. Just make sure you select 2 of them, you click on weld. Okay, that is another reason you have to understand that the one you click first matters a lot. Now I clicked on the picture first before the rectangle, which means I am using the picture to weld the shape. I know the shape is already empty, that's why everything vanished. Let's check what happens when there is color inside. Now I clicked on the image first, click on the shape and click weld. It's going to give me the color, the full color, because there is now color inside. So if you want to get the face of Michael Jackson back, click on the rectangle first before the image. You are using the rectangle to patch, to retrieve whatever thing that was there before. But listen, in case this is how the picture was before you copy and paste it in CorelDRAW, if you weld it, it's not going to bring anything back there, because it doesn't know what was there. It's because I knew what was there before and I cut it off by myself, and I want to return it back. Now bringing this thing back may be taking me time to replace it very well. All I got to do is just find something, anything, rectangle, circle, just make sure I'm covering the edges very well. Make sure you are covering the edges, that is making sure, because if it doesn't close it very well, if there is space and you weld, that place will still be empty. Click, hold shift key and click the image, that place will still be empty. So that's why you have to make sure it covers whatever thing you draw, covers the place very well before you now weld. Okay, should we continue with that? Let's continue. This class is going to be long. If you can't stay and watch all of them, you can save. Next time you have free chance, you continue. The main focus here is to understand how these tools work, how to create new shapes. I've shown you how to control your control points using shape tool. So anytime you click an object and you see this point, you want to control it, pick up the shape tool, you now adjust the way you want. Start adjusting. Sometimes you need to delete node, sometimes you need to add node, sometimes you need to control using the arrow, and as you are controlling, your focus you should be on that blue line you are seeing, so that when you leave your mouse, that's the new shape you're going to see. Then if you are controlling this and the other side is behaving, right click and change it to course, and now free. So I think those ones at the top, we should stop there because these are the most important. Here now, here simplify and trim looks the same. The difference is this: whether you select the one on top before the one below, the one on top will cut the one below. That's simplified for you. So whether you hold this one before this, it doesn't matter. If you click simplify, the one on top, we cut the one below. But for me, I prefer trim, because trim is this, when you can choose the one that will cut the other one. Like if I want this rectangle to cut the circle, I have to click on the rectangle first before the circle. Now I click on trim. The rectangle has cut the circle. But simplify, whether you select this one first before this, the one on top will cut the one below. Now the other one is the one front, we minus the one back. That is, the one on top is going to cut the one below, while this one is the opposite. So whether you select this before this doesn't matter, as far as you click this one front we minus back, that is, the one on top we cut the one below, while this one is the opposite. This one, the one below, we cut the one and disappear. That is, the main thing is that when it cuts, it will disappear. When it cuts, like, it will cut and disappear. If you click this, it will cut and disappear. Then this one is a brother to Mr. Weld, but the difference is this: when you weld, the objects are going to turn to one shape, but the other one, creating a new shape. Now what this one does is this: when you click, the original ones you use and form that shape will still be there, then the new shape will also come out clean. I repeat, when you select the whole shapes and click on create boundary, the original ones will be there and the boundary, that is the new shape, they can fill it color. Let me show you the last but not the least before we draw those designs and close for today. Look at this, look at this. This is cyan, this is red, two different shapes. If I want this thing to remain like this, I will simply select them, right click and group, and this group, look at it here, or you press Ctrl G. Now there's this one here. These two used to confuse, but I want to explain the two of them for you. This combine is this on the property bar. Okay, let me do what I wanted to do. I said if I want this thing to remain like this, so that when I move, two of them will move. As I've dragged over like this, I just selected, but if I click outside and want to move, only one will move. So if I want two of them to move aside when I will select them, so I have to right click after selecting the two of them and click on group. So even if I click outside, anytime I move my mouse, two of them will move together. Now if I want to separate, I will right click and then on group. I've separated them. But that's not the case of combine. Look at what combine we do. Wherever the objects are touching each other, it's going to create a negative space there. Let me not speak much grammar. Look at this. If I select these two objects and click on weld, or right click and select, sorry, not weld, combine, I click on combine, it has created an empty space here. There's nothing here now. It's just the same as this place. It has created an empty space, leaving only this. So if I give color now, it's going to fill color only on this part. So group makes, when you select and group, right click and group, makes the object to remain how it is, but just that they are together as one. This one is going to be together as one, but creating a negative space wherever one is touching the other. Let me draw a div. Let me show you another example. It's not not a must that it should be inside, even if it's touching it to one side. As far as they are touching, let me give them different colors so that you understand better. When you select these two things and combine, it's going to create a space, that place where they are touching, and you can't move this object from this place. It's not possible, just like dragging this background, which will not work. Here is empty, nothing is here. But if had it been, is just, sorry, Adibin is just this with them color. Now select and right click group, or click on this icon on the property bar, this one. I've just grouped this, sorry, select and group. If I click outside and move, two of them are moving. No empty space, no negative space. I think with this point of mine, I have taught you how to create shapes. Other ways you can create shapes is by drawing by yourself. This one now is your own practical class. Pen tool, people like using pen tool. If you are just clicking on it, it's going to be giving you straight line. But if you want to curve, you click on a point. Then before you click and leave your mouse on the other point, you have to click and hold, then move. I'm holding down my button and move. It's going to give you curve. Then if you are done, you leave your mouse, then click on another point. The curve continues. If you want to make it, this thing that is giving me straight line, if you want to make it curve, you click and hold. Now move. You continue your curving. You continue your curving. And at the end of the day, if there are some mistakes you want to correct, you can now pick your shape tool and start adjusting the points. That is another benefit of shape tool. Use it and adjust point. Then if there are places that are leaking, maybe you draw a line, I would like you to go and practice that shape tool. Sorry, not shape tool, pen tool. I hardly use pen tool, I prefer using shape tool. As I was saying, if the object did not close, if you click color, it will not fill inside. How do you close it? Either you can pick your shape to hold and drag one end to the other one, or just right click and click on close. Look at what I mean. You can hold and drag here to here, it will lock. You see the color. Now back to this. I think with these few points of mine now, with these particles I've shown you, looking at this now, I know you have so many ways you can draw this shape. So I'm going to do it very quick. Draw it. I like shape to convert to curves. I'll draw the black one first. I'll leave it this way, leave it black. Draw another one, which is this. Can use my line. I'm even confused on the one to use, because any of them I use, I will still get what I want. Now you may be wondering, how am I going to use this rectangle? Let me put it color. How am I going to use this to get what I want? You see the magic now. Just convert to curve. Once I don't convert it to curve, you can do anything. I just want to get here. I don't do happy, I never do happy. I don't do everything I want, look at what I want. It may not be perfect to save the time. Maybe our next class we are going to do a proper designing. We are going to use this shape tool in full. I've drawn another one. The next thing is to convert it to curve. Pick up the shape tool. This one now, look at the one I want to draw. Let me give it a color. Okay. The next one is this bigger one. Now, like I told you in our introduction to the interface, one of the uses of this pick tool is when you are reducing an object and right click, it's going to give you a duplicate of that object. Go and watch that tutorial if you haven't watched it. So I'm going to do the practice here. I'll just reduce this thing small and right click. Now for this one, it's very simple. I can even duplicate this one, use it and go around that one. Just understand your tool. Understand your tool. Although it's not easy the way you think it is as I'm moving all these things. Now the red, I didn't place it very well. I'm not bothered because I can control. If you understand your tools, you shouldn't be worried to get something perfect because you have an alternative. Now I don't have to be wasting my time trying to get this thing exactly to give me to get the edges. No, now I don't pass that level. It can be anyhow. As far as this yellow is in between, it's not covering, it's not coming out like this. All I have to do is, after doing whatever thing I'm doing there, go to order. Now I'm going to say behind, go behind this yellow chicken. It's covering it. No time to waste time. You don't come here to waste time. This black self, I don't even need to, I just put it anywhere behind here as far as the red is covering it. Okay, don't expect me to perfect this thing now because there's no time. The main thing is to understand how the stuff works. This picture is coming out. Remember, with that same shape to go to your edit power clip. I can see those that white and yellow something I drew. Pick up the shape tool. You can use shape tool to edit picture. Now I don't want it to come out like this. I want it to be in between, just to be, let this thing be covering it. Then click on this. If you don't know how to power clip, go and watch the tutorial. After I will remove the outline. Simple as ABCD. Oh, sorry. Undo. Because they are the same color, that's why when I remove outline, it disappears. So I have to start adding colors. Now I want to copy exactly this color since I have the color sample. Sorry, since I have the color sample on my screen, I can simply use my eyedropper tool. Do you see now I'm practicing, I'm using all these tools. I need to go and learn that. I want to copy another color. I'll hold shift key for it to change from bucket to eyedropper. Click on this. I want to copy this. Hold shift key, copy. More. Where is the other one? Hold shift key, copy. More. Now when I go and remove that outline again. Okay, this one has shadow. Let me add shadow here. Click on this. Look at what I'm clicking on so that you understand what I'm clicking. Click on it. Go to shadow tool. You can drag the shadow by yourself or you customize it. All these things. The reasons you need to go and watch that tutorial. You see now I've drawn this shape very fast. This one here, you can do this now. You can do this. You are not a pro. All you have to do is just be doing your practice. Remove this thing, draw. Carry this one, go up. Or you can even go to your normal shapes, draw the normal, look at basic shapes and introduce all these things. Anyone you click, you go here, pick the one you want to draw. When you draw, if there is need to rotate, you click and rotate. If there is need to convert to shape, sorry, convert to curves, this one is even wasting my time. That's why some of these tools, some of these shape tools, I don't remember them. Sorry, some of these shapes, I don't remember them because I have my shape tool. I use the rectangle to draw almost everything I want to draw. So it depends on you, the one you want to master. Now reduce this thing like this, duplicate, give them different colors. Chicken, soup done. Just go bring a plate and start eating. No wasting of time. You will love this channel if you follow me bumper to bumper, because I will be making you to understand the process of how the tools works, because that's the main thing. Understanding your tools makes you a great workman. If you don't understand your tool, you keep on beating around the bush. When you see things, it will look strange or somehow to you, but when you understand it, fiam, you finish everything. Let me add a new page. Set my paper back to A5. Let it be small. If If I want to draw this one now, should I show you how to type now? No, now this one no follow. If I want to draw this kind of shape, after putting my background, putting the picture, now all I have to do is rectangle. This is my method though. You can learn your own method. You can pick up pen tool and draw. You can pick up this. I've shown you the tricks you can use anywhere and away. Convert to curves, pick up the shape tool. Now look at how, let me show you the trick I normally use whenever I want to draw organic shapes. Remember, we have geometric shapes and organic shapes. Now if I want to draw geometric shape, if I want to draw an organic shape, this kind of shape, I always look at it to get the geometric shape of that shape first. Once you get the geometric shape of that shape, it will not be easy for you to draw that shape. Look at what I mean here. This is the nearest I can guess, the nearest to this. Now here is a straight line. I will now use that technique I taught you on how to convert a line to curve. Right click on it and switch to this, to curve. This my class is where you come and learn procedures. You can even customize it the way you want. Remember, as you are moving, your focus will be on the blue line and not the black one again, on the blue line. Curve first. After curving, you now talk about adding colors. You right click to curve. Now there's some like I want to bring here, then I have to, if your arrow is not showing, when you click on what you are covering and the arrow is not showing, you click on one of the nearest node or points to that place, the arrow will start showing. There are some points you will need to add another node depending on what you are covering. Depending on what you are covering. But I don't need this one now. Click. This one has to come down small. Something like this. Now this one up. Now it depends on your eye. Sorry. I think that's it. I don't even need to draw much again. I can use this to get the other ones I want. How do I mean? What I'm seeing here is 1, 2, 3 shapes, but you may be seeing 4, but I'm seeing 3. How do I mean by seeing 3? Let me reduce this and right click. Slide this to go and meet this with my shape tool. Now let me give the one behind color so that I will not be confusing you. The green one is the largest. Now this second one, I will adjust it. I will adjust it. Look at the one I'm drawing now. Push it out small. There's another way I can do this, but let me not confuse you with the tutorial we just had now. Okay, let me give this one another color. Reduce this more again. If not for this class, could I finish drawing this thing by now? And even this one I'm doing is not that easy. To be honest with you, it's not that easy because I can use my physical student to attest to that. Because when I'm doing it, when I always do it on the screen, they will be like, Master, this thing is very easy. Master, this is very easy. I can do it. Just give me the mouse. But when I give them the mouse, they will now start drawing Nigerian's map. It's not that easy as you thought. If it's one-on-one, me and this thing I for don't do and finish, but because of the sake of this, let me also be doing it as a student, so that I don't know if you still remember how to mix color. I taught this thing very well in that how to set paper, where I designed a simple ID card. I taught how to use this interactive field too. So let me not waste much time. Let me copy color since I'm having the color sample. Why is it not copying? But let me go and find the color by myself. Since the edition file. I want to copy this color now I put here inside this yellow one. When I click on the color, if you look at the color fill bucket here, this fountain, you see that the color here is showing. All you have to do is hold that color, drag it into, I'm dragging it to the yellow now. I've copied that color to yellow. At least you've learned another trick. Now let me adjust it so that it will not look the same, because if I can remove my outline now, you will notice something. Then another way you can still copy color is when you click the one you are copying to, like the yellow one now. When you click on the yellow one, you go to edit, then you will see copy properties. When you click on copy properties, what do you want to copy? Fill, for example, I want to copy the inside color. Click OK and click on the one you are copying from. Undo. Let me repeat. Click the one you want to copy to. Go to edit, copy properties from. Select what you want to copy. Click OK and click on the one you are copying from. Let me remove outline. Due to the color wants to look alike, you can adjust. Remember, we are not designing anything. This is not designed yet. We are just playing around to know how to use this shape too. This is not designed. I'm even trying to make it look fanciful. To the down one, you can duplicate your rectangle. Convert to curves. Make here curve. Bring here down. Bring here up. Then you can simply move this like this. Take shape to remove this. You don't need it. Bring this one somewhere here and adjust till you get what you want. Then share same to, but this one, look at this one is covering all of them, so I'm going to send it to be at the front of this. So I'm going to give this one white, this one will be a different color, and this one will be a different color. These are three different shapes now. This one is white, so let me give it yellow so that you'll be seeing this yellow now is this white here. Then I'm going to also increase it and right click. It's covering all of them. I will send it to be in front of my page. I'll pick the shape tool. Do you see the benefit of shape learning shape tool? You use it to adjust, and when you click on your point, you can use your arrow key to move the point if you don't want to use your mouse. You keep on adjusting. Let me say this one is another color. Increase, also rearrange. Now here I'm going to make here to go inside, giving only this side to show. Then I'll give it color. If you remove outline, think here we call it a day. I'm tired with this class. I stayed more than I expected. So don't mind the colors I'm using now. If you want to copy color, you can. Let me even copy. If you want to mix color, you mix color. You get it now? You get it now? So that's how you learn how to use your shape tool. When you understand the tool very well, it's going to take you some time, but it depends on your capability to understand or to get something. So if you are the person that understands or you are creative already, it's not going to be hard for you. So this is the end of this class. Make sure you like, you subscribe. My class is not just to come and click button and go. No, here you learn and understand how tools work. So let's call it a day. See you in the next class. If there's any tool you want me to teach you or want me to make the video on, you can mention them in the comment section so that I can look at your comments and be doing more videos. So what next should I teach next? Well, my next video is dropping. Remember, our classes drop every Wednesday, more especially long classes. Other classes may drop within the week, but our long classes drops on Wednesdays. So if you really want to learn, be ready on Wednesdays. It's not that I will delete old videos are still there. If you don't have CorelDRAW yet, there's a video on how to download and install CorelDRAW. Use it lifetime. CorelDRAW X7 I mean. Then there's a video introducing you to CorelDRAW interface. So this is in case you are a new graphic designer. I also have a video that shows you how to customize paper size so that you can create designs that are very small, that are very big, like if you want to design posters, banners. There's also a class telling you about this shape tool now we just did. Then for those of us or for you that do not have a laptop, you are thinking of getting a new one, you can use your phone. There's tutorials on how to use your phone to make designs. It's still in the playlist. So when you go to my playlist, you search for what you want, pick and watch. Always engage. Thank you. See you in the next video.